Hi, and welcome to the Nate Game and Other Stuff. Come on in.
Scissors and string. Soon it will be spring.
Hi, and good morning. Welcome to the Knitting Game and Other Stuff. I'm your host, Lesley, and this is episode 82. And I think we've got a good thing going. So, 2 weeks in a row, Friday mornings, seems to be okay. I guess the proof will be if I'm still doing it at 5 o'clock in the morning, or 5:41 in the morning, in a month. See, it's early, so brain not quite there. Anyway, so if you'd like to keep in touch and find me on Plurk and Instagram and all those good things, go to the show notes at myordinaryjourney.com and you can find everything there. Links to project pages, vendors, enabling, all sorts of good stuff. I would like to welcome some folks. I had a rash of busyness, and last week I didn't welcome anyone and I didn't wish anyone happy birthday, so I would like to do that today. So I'd like to welcome Rose Murr, and that is Rosemarie, Knitwolf 89 or 86, that's Erin, me Mary, and Denise CT, and that is Denise. So welcome everyone. We are at 195 members, 195. So we're getting up there, almost 200. That would be awesome. So birthdays. Of all the weeks, I decide, you know what, I'm going to skip birthdays and welcomes this week and just do the show. One of my very good friends had a birthday, and I feel like a real dope. So with that being said, I would like to say happy belated birthday to some and upcoming birthdays to others, but Beagle Mom Knitter, happy birthday, Angela. I'm sorry. Cool Water Hot Sun, Natalie, happy birthday. Nitty Nader Zena, that's Zena. Calico Kitty 6, Debbie, Knits Much, Jackie. Angie Ann, Angie. Star Lumpy and Scarlet Pearls, Stacy. 4 Girl Knits, Wendy, and Dawn's Delight, and that is Dawn, and then a free spirit, Ginger. So happy birthday everyone. I hope you guys either had a great one or will have a great one. So that's how that one goes. Some shout outs, announcements, and general chit chat. Well, I had First Friday last week, and that was the 6x6x6 show. I entered the show with 4 of my hand-spun art yarns, delightfully displayed in acrylic baseball mounting cases. So I got into the show, and my display is right up front. Unfortunately, my display is right next to the dude that does this amazing relief work on styrofoam cups. So everybody's like, oh my god, these styrofoam cups are awesome. Because they truly are. I mean, this guy is, like, incredible. But who cares about, like, yarn next to these, like, really intricate, beautiful cups? Who knew? So that went on. I have no idea. I guess if I sell something, they call me, but I haven't been called, so I'm assuming it hasn't been sold. So I guess I'll go stop by sometime tomorrow or something and check in and see how things are going. Excuse me, I don't really have any events right now. I can't think of any. Veterans Day is next week, so this is kind of like my Veterans Day show. No special announcement this year. I know last year this was when I announced the Armed Forces Fiber Fanatics Club. I'm not going to be doing that next year like I did this year. So I'm still tinkering around with some ideas, but it won't quite be the same. It's just hard to coordinate all that now that I don't have as much time on the computer. But, however, that being said, I want to move on to the actual knitting game because I don't want to run out of time and miss my train or short you guys on the wonderful fibery goodness I like to bring. So, last week the vote was between the returning champion that seems to be like steamrolling everyone else, which was 716 Knits. Everyone wants petrified hamsters, and they're never happy with them. So this was the returning champion with all its speckly goodness. I cannot wait to knit with this. And the new challenger for this week was the Miss Babs Yummy Base. It is the Maryland 2013 colorway. So it's very hot pink, dark pink, light pink, lots of pink, pink, pink with brown. So I love the pink and brown. And I can't wait to knit with this because I have not knit with any Miss Babs stuff. So this would be really outstanding to knit with. So, alright, without further ado, the winner of the Pick My Next Yarn knitting game round 3 was with, let's see, 62% of the vote. We have a new winner. It was Miss Babs. Miss Babs, Maryland 2013, beat out the hamsters. So, what that means is now Miss Babs will be going up against a new yarn for round 4. So, this is the final round of the Pick My Yarn knitting game. So, whoever wins this round, this last round, this 4th and final round, will be the next project yarn that I knit from. So, you may ask, what is the next yarn? What is the next challenger? The next challenger will be Into the World. You might recognize the colorway. You've seen it before. This is Captain Tight Pants. I was looking at Manchester over here. This is Into the World. It's such an anticlimactic reveal, right? So this is Into the World Captain Tight Pants in the Manchester base. So what that means is it is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. Wow. So this is beautiful stuff, and it feels like you would expect with the cashmere. Absolutely fabulous. So this is the 4th and final round, and whoever wins this one takes the cake, and I will find something wonderful to do with that. So, I had said a hat last time. I might do another Lacey Stoll thing with this. This one I think might be mittens, fingerless gloves, something along those lines, I think. It speaks to me. It'll speak to me. I will find the perfect project. So you've got to choose from either Maryland 2013 from Miss Babs or the wonderful Captain Tight Pants from Into the World. Those are your choices for the 4th and final round of the Pick My Next Yarn knitting game. Alright, so don't forget to vote. Alright, so that being said, I don't have any knitting game projects to show you. Nothing finished, nothing in timeout. All my knitting game stuff is done. I do want to show you, I'm going to move on to the other stuff now because I've got other stuff to show you. And it's just knitting this week. I didn't do any spinning or anything like that. So, we are going to concentrate on the lovely craft of knitting, not spinning. So the first thing I want to show you is the progress I have been making on my Poseidon's second job. It is now a scarf rather than a stole, but it is coming along quite nicely. The yarn is Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Showstopper base and in the Poseidon colorway. So it's these lovely bluey green colors. And as you can see, it's going along wonderfully. I get to knit on this on the train. And I had one gentleman the other day go, if we get stuck on the train much longer, it is going to go from a scarf to a table runner. I thought that was kind of cute and funny. So I'm having a ball because I have the pattern memorized. It's an 8-row repeat, very intuitive where the yarn overs are, and every 10 stitches or even every 5 stitches you get to make sure you're where you're supposed to be, because you've got center double decreases and a purl stitch, which makes the chevron-y part down. So you can really keep place so you don't lose things. Sometimes I forget a yarn over on the train and I just kind of whatever. I just pick it up and keep on rolling. So it is really coming along nice. I'm knitting these on ChowGoo Red Lace US 4s. They're the fixed circulars. They're not my interchangeables. And I've got... I was worried again that I was going to run out of yarn, but Courtney last night told me, stitches please. Now that's wound pretty tight. I think you'll have plenty. The thing that worries me is I'm going from the outside in, so every loop that I take off the ball is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I don't want to rip it out again. This is further than I got the last time when I ripped it out and started over again. So I should weigh it. I'm probably about halfway through the ball. So even not blocked out, that's going to be a pretty good size, I think, if you just double it over. So, but that's where I'm at with beside the second job. Having that extra 2 hours to knit on the train every day is such a blessing. Oh, it's wonderful. And Monday, because I used my holiday days, my holiday hours to go to Zombie Knitpocalypse, and then I use the rest of my leave for the shutdown, I don't get Monday off, which is, it's Veterans Day, and I'm a veteran, and I kind of would like that day off, especially since my husband is also, a veteran and going to have the day off, but I have to go to work. So I don't get to ride the train on Monday because they're not running the train, so I have to drive. So I'm going to be double grouchy on Monday. Alright, so the other project that I have been working on are my shutdown socks. Now, I'm done with this, but I can't call it a hoe yet because I haven't bound it off. But I'm not going to knit anymore on this one. It's pretty much finished. So I turn the heel, I finish the heel flap, and I knit up part of the cuff. And since it's 3x1 rib, I'm just going to bind off with a 3x1 rib. I'm not going to do any more for the cuff. So they're kind of not anklets, but they're kind of not like socks. I kind of want the socks, so I'm very impatient. That's the only thing. I get really impatient. So it's a semi-hoe because all I have to do is bind off. But this is the sock. It is what it is. I was told that I completely pronounced and butchered the name incorrectly. Well, I didn't butcher it incorrectly. I pronounced it incorrectly and hence butchered the name of the wool. So in German, I'm not going to say it in German, but in English it means pirate yarn. And there's a link to it in the show notes if you want to go to her Etsy shop. She's German and she's in Germany, so your yarn comes from Germany. But, and she doesn't have colorways, but she does a really great job with the color. So this is the pirate yarn, and I'm knitting these on ChowGoo Red Lace US 1.5s. So, I will bind these off sometime this weekend, probably, and have an actual hoe, and maybe the start of another one next week. We'll see. I've got a super secret project, and unfortunately you guys aren't going to get to see the super secret project unless I do a special little bit where I record myself, and then after the super secret project is presented to the new owner, then I will insert the piece, but I don't know yet. One other little thing I want to show. It's a finished object, and I thought it was really cute. So, Stitches Please, if you don't watch her show, she's the Fearless Knitter podcast. She's pregnant and due the first week of January. And her theme for her nursery is owls and little woodland owls. So I wanted to knit an owl puff for her. So this was my test little owl puff. This is Jenna Krupar's owl puff. Really simple little pattern. And the yarn I used for this was actually hand spun faux cashmere. So this was a sample. It's Navajo plied. So it was just I had a little bit when I finished plying the yarn, the actual yarn that I spun. I Navajoed the little bit that was left on the one bobbin, and this is what I came up with. So this is my little owl puff guy. He was a little test subject. And for Courtney's owl that I did for her baby shower for her diaper cake was huge. I expanded the pattern so it was a big puff, and I used the big yarn. It was a 2-ply, probably about a worsted weight, and I doubled it and knit it. And I mean, that thing is like, the fabric is bulletproof. There's nothing getting through there. I made sure it was really tight, but it was big, and it was the topper on her diaper cake. So if you don't know what a diaper cake is, you take diapers, disposable diapers, I guess real diapers you could, and roll them up, and you layer them up into tiers, and then you use a ribbon to tie them all together to keep them together, and you have something in the middle like a shampoo, like a baby shampoo bottle or washcloth. You stuff things in it, so it's like this decorative. It looks like a birthday cake, but it's made out of diapers. So the big owl, was the topper on the cake. So that's kind of a finished object. I've meant to show it for weeks now, and I just never got around to it. So, I do have another finished object. Woohoo! I think I may have shown it last week, but I steamed blocked it instead of actually No, I didn't show it last week because I hadn't finished it. Oh, that's right. Okay. So I showed it as a work in progress. So this is the finished object. This is my frozen leaves stole. And I blocked the sucker out severely. And it is so pretty. It's light. It's airy. It's long. It's beautiful. It's about 1 foot wide. And it's at least 4 foot long. No, maybe just a yard because of my wingspan. So, ta-da! So it is absolutely wonderful. I have to weave in the ends. And that's why I got my darning needle, because I'm going to do that on the train today, because I wore this gray shirt. It's very neutral. So I could wear the scarf here just like this today. So it would not clash, and it's pretty. And I used soak, right? And I had the unscented kind, but I wanted some scent to the scarf, so I took a couple of drops of my favorite perfume and I dropped it in the water, and it's subtle. It's nice because now I smell like my favorite perfume, but it's not overpowering, so that's kind of cool. So I'm going to finish this bad boy on the train. I had this much left. I probably could have gotten another repeat out of this, but I didn't really think another repeat. Well, I don't know. It would have been another half repeat. So it would have been the top of a leaf. So it would have added another inch or two, maybe. But I think it's fabulous how it came out. And it is so like light and airy. So I was working on this at First Friday last week, and I wanted to be finished with it by Saturday so I could show it off at our guild meeting. So I did. I bound it off Friday night before I went to bed, and that Saturday morning before the guild meeting, I just took the steam iron and I steamed it and like kind of just stretched it out a little bit with my hands. But then I went back and I wet blocked it, and like I stretched it out with my blocking wires, and I blocked it severely. Excuse me. Because I like when I block things severely. It just sounds kind of cool when you say it too. So that's my finished object. So I finished it. I haven't woven in the ends, but actually on this side I kind of did. So I might just trim this up real quick. And I just have this side to do. And I'm going to look like a dork if I wear it on the train, so I'm just going to roll it up and put it in my project bag and then just wear it. So, all right, everybody, that's all I have. And it is 6 o'clock. I am right on the dot. That gives me 20 minutes to get my lunch together, get my gym clothes together, put my shoes and socks on, and I will be out the door. So, I hope you have a great week. Don't forget to vote, and love you all. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.